After Derek Hill, superhuman quarterback of the Chicago Bears, won Rookie of the Year, the Super Bowl, and Super Bowl MVP, we knew we were going to have our work cut out for us. Retirements continued to be plentiful as the Titans lost a few guys, Chris Godwin included. Miles Jack, Hunter Renfrow, Ryan Ramczyk, Yannick Ngakoue, Chidobe Awuzie, Devin Singletary, and Austin Eckler. Hey, I was rated by Austin Eckler on Twitch once. Funny story. Go follow my Twitch if you haven't already. It's twitch.tv/EffGeeStreams. Yeah, I stream. See you there. Back to the list. Adoree Jackson, former Jaguar Evan Ingram, Vita Vea, Cortland Sutton, Trey White, Kyle Duggar, Dawson Knox, Deion Jones, Derek Carr, and Minshew Mania all leave the league. Re-signings, Jerry Freeney rejected my very good offer. How dare he? Chris Huntington rejected this, but it's okay. We're going to get him cheaper when nobody offers him. And then I basically offered this really terrible contract to Ekwonu so I could franchise him immediately, and we're going to trade him away for value. So we did it. Chiefs, thanks for the first and fourth round picks. Then it was out with the Cologne. He and a sixth brought back an early second from the Rams. Harris was a nice backup D tackle, but he's out for a second and fourth from the Broncos. Tyson Campbell's contract year, he's getting a bit old, so we used him, a 2 and a 3, to get the 12th overall pick from Washington. And the final trade this year, backup tight end Vogt to the Bucks for pick 62 in the second round. Fifth-year option for Teron Whitfield, absolutely accepted. Free agency, Tua changes teams. He's a Bronco. Hurts is a Dolphin. Kenneth Walker's a New York Giant, while subscriber St. Patrick is a Chief. Speaking of Saint, our guard Freeney is now a New Orleans Saint, and channel member Colby Gaynor is back with the pack. Speaking of channel members, shout out to all my channel members for keeping my dreams alive with their above and beyond support. Channel member Matthew Hackett, along with franchise QBs T-Clink24, Rigoberto Ramirez, Christian Horn, Colby Gaynor, and Troy Gordon make this content truly possible to keep pumping out. Channel members do get automatic players in every series, so be sure to check out the join button below this video if you'd like to support the channel even more. The draft wasn't deep, but it's a good thing we had good picks. All of our first and second round picks here are hidden depth guys. It looked like a very top-heavy draft as most of the picks are solid overalls. No busts really here, but later rounds suffered greatly. Somehow not for the Colts though, as they found Ridley in the 5th round. Jerks. However, the Texans and the Titans seemed to suffer a little bit as we did. After the draft, we traded Burrow, who was in the final year of his rookie deal, along with a 5th and a 6th for a first-round pick from the Chiefs, so Godspeed to him. Trevor Lawrence rolls into the season still with Swift, O'Neal, Adams, and McKee. Haaland starts at left tackle now without Ekwonu, and rookie Jason Evans will start at right guard. Martin Flowers is going to start over Josh Allen at left outside linebacker for this season. Dockery is going to be our cornerback number 2 for the year, and Darrell Banfield will be our new starter at free safety. The rest remains unchanged. This year's schedule starts as home against the Colts before road games against the Jets and the Titans. We get 3 straight home games against the Commanders, Cowboys, and Lions with a bye in between. After that, it's a coaster ride. In Indy, home for the Chiefs, at the Giants, home for the Titans, at the Eagles, home for the Bills, 2 straight on the road for the Texans and the Browns, home for the Pats, in Miami, home for the Texans. Finally, we don't end with the Colts. Can we kick this schedule in the teeth? We kind of did. We won 3 straight out of the gate before losing a 1-score game to Washington. We beat the tar out of Dallas before the bye, and then lost to the Lions. But at least we pounded the Colts on Monday Night Football. Dropped a tight defensive game to the Chiefs, and a 9-point game to the Giants before rattling off wins in the final 8 games of the season to go 13-4. The AFC North was great again, sending 3 teams to the postseason. Our 13-4 record was not good enough for the bye. Dolphins were 13-4, no bye. Pats in the wild card. It's the Chiefs getting the bye at 13-4. They did beat us, so that's fair enough. NFC, the Vikings win the North. Packer in. Falcons win the South. Commanders, 14-3. Wow. Giants and them boys are in the playoffs, and the 49ers win the West. Jaguars as the 2 seed will host the Browns. Finns host the Pats. Bengals host the Steelers. The NFC has Vikings hosting the Packers, 49ers hosting Cowboys, and Falcons hosting Giants. Trevor Lawrence goes for 4,800 yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 7 picks. Swift misses the 1,000-yard mark, a rarity, but he has 8 scores, while while Deontay Bates with the Jamal Williams-like 15 touchdowns. 4 1,000-yard receivers this year. Adams over 1,200 with 13 TDs. Yaramilo, 1,078 with 6. O'Neal, 1,066 with 5. And McKee, 1,026 with 7. Wow. The O-line does good enough again, only allowing 26 sacks. Harris and Hicks over 100 tackles apiece again. Trayvon Walker with his best year yet, 18.5 sacks, 13 for Josh Allen, 7.5 for Richards, and only 5.5 for Specna. Tremont Harris leads us in picks yet again with 5. Mentor misses 1 field goal and 2 extra points all year. Huntington punts well, and O'Neal, still no touchdowns. Your Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Cleveland Browns in the wild card round with the Jags up 6-0. They get to Deshaun Watson, and the ball's on the ground, scooped up by R.L. Richards, and look at the big defensive tackle go. He is rumbling, stumbling, fumbling with a convoy all the way to the house. Check it out. Jags extend the lead. After another field goal, nearing halftime, it's Lawrence to the back corner of the end zone, and Daniel Yaramilo extends the lead again with a stellar grab. Another T-Law touchdown pass, this one to Dennis Adams, causes the Browns coach to rip his shirt or eat it. I don't know, not sure, as the Jaguars shut the Browns out 33-0 to move on to the divisional round. Swift racked up 160 yards on the ground, and Trayvon Walker beasted up front, 6 TFLs and 5.5 sacks. Yikes. Wildcard results have the Pats upset the Dolphins and the Steelers upset the Bengals, while in the NFC, Vikings took out the Pack, 49ers survived the Cowboys, and the Giants with a slight upset over the Falcons in a shootout. Chiefs host the Pats, we get the Steelers, Commanders, Giants, and the Vikings will host the Niners in the divisional. On to the divisional round highlights as our Jaguars host the Pittsburgh Steelers and their new-ish signal caller, Cam Brenner, who had a great year this year. And he started this game off hot with this touchdown strike to Pat Freiermuth for the early Steeler lead. Jags nearing an answer, but on the jet sweep, McKee puts the ball on the ground and the Steelers recover. But in an odd turn of events, Brenner is sandwiched, loses the ball, and R.L. Richards picks it up and steps in the end zone for his second scoop and score in as many games. Later, it's Lawrence with this pretty pass to Alex O'Neal for the Jags' first lead. 14-10, Jags lead later, and Lawrence taking a long shot downfield, and Will McKee with the leap ability for the catch and the finish to pay dirt for 6, and that is why I went with a big body wideout. Ensuing kickoff, and it's a fumble! Jags recover, and they get 3 more points. Late in the half, Brenner trying to make it a game again, and it's a gorgeous pitch and catch to Jamison Williams for the tutty. Steelers are hanging in there. But after halftime, check out the toe drag swag from the now third-string tight end, Devin Hurts, for the touchdown. Later, it's Jags for a field goal, but no, fake! And a shovel pass to Yaramilo for the first down, which led to Trevor Lawrence on the scramble. Look at him sneak into the end zone to put Pittsburgh away. Nighty-night, Steelers. Jaguars win at 41-20 to move on to the AFC title behind Trevor Lawrence's 301 and 3 touchdowns. He also had that rushing TD. Brenner played admirably, though, in the loss. Patriots upset the Chiefs, so the Jags get a home AFC title versus New England. Giants and Niners with upsets over the Commanders and Vikings. Can we get the job done? Patriots come in to visit our Jags with the AFC title on the line, and this game treats Mac Jones far too well. But in a tie game, he hits Sherrod Mixon in the end zone to give the Patriots the lead nearing halftime. After a touchdown was taken off the board, T-Law goes right back to the end zone to Dennis Adams to even the score back up. Later, Lawrence with a short pass to Adams, and he turns it upfield, breaks a tackle, and that is all she wrote. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Adams to the end zone. No, I don't think that's how the song goes, but the Jag lead it. Pats get a field goal, but play press coverage on Alex O'Neal. That's a mistake. It's a foot race, and he scores. Jags win it 30-22 after holding the supposedly wonderful Mac Jones. Lawrence with another fantastic game. Aside from our win, the 49ers blow the Giants the hell out to set up a rematch Super Bowl. For the Pro Bowl, obviously no Jaguars, but Clink of the Vikings makes it at QB. AJ Chambers seems to never miss at wideout, and all the way at the bottom, we see former Jaguar wide receiver Isaiah Walker making the Pro Bowl for punt returning. Nice. Las Vegas, Nevada is the site. Jaguars and 49ers will meet again in the Super Bowl, with Colton Barkley looking for a different result this time around. It started off really well for him with a first drive touchdown strike to LaMarcus Phillips. Then, after the Jaguars get 3, Barkley going right back to Phillips for a second touchdown as the 49ers start hot. From the 1, the Jags get one back with Deontay Bates doing work on the toss. No one's home. Alex O'Neal beats the press for a bomb from Trevor Lawrence, which ended up setting up a field goal to go into halftime down just 1 point. Quick slant to Alex O'Neal put the Jaguars on top for the first time all game. And later, with a chance to tie the game, it's a missed field goal for San Francisco. But the 49ers would get a chance once again, but they were pinned in their own end. Colton Barkley throws a nuke downfield and a big completion to the Jags 22 that led to a tie game. Lawrence, with 2:20 to go on 3rd and 10, makes this wizard-like throw to Alex O'Neal to help set up a leading field goal from Calvin Mentor from 56 yards out, which he did drill. 49ers still had time, and Colton Barkley hits Brandon Ayuk sideline for a huge gain into Jags territory. But after that, 2nd and 10, in comes Trayvon Walker with a huge sack, no pause. Gets it to 4th and 21, but Colton Barkley drops an absolute dime piece to Brandon Ayuk. Long story short, here's the tying field goal to send the game to overtime, and it is good. Jags with it first, fadeaway bomb from Trevor Lawrence, and it is McKee with the snag. I knew getting a big body wide out would make a world of a difference. It's paying dividends. From there, Mentor would take the lead with this field goal, and the Jaguars would force a 4th and short on the 49er drive. Colton Barkley just cannot get it done. The 49ers are denied, and the Jaguars win the Super Bowl 29-26 in overtime. Trevor Lawrence cannot believe it, but you better believe it. You're a champion again, Trevor. The Jacksonville Jaguars are champions again. Lawrence and O'Neal connected often, and for the only Jaguars airstrike. All respect to Colton Barkley, though, who did all that he could in this game. We are up to 4 rings for Trevor Lawrence and 3 Super Bowl MVPs now. FG wins Coach of the Year again. 5 Super Bowl appearances and 4 rings make this one of my most successful in-game series of all time on the channel. Got any favorite players? Predictions on how many rings we can get? Let me know in the comments section below. There's more content to check out on your screen right here. I love you, FG fam.